Hi friends, how are you today? So I have to come on early today to do our book study because Noah's other grandma's coming in from out of town today, and I thought since he's taking a nap and that could be just last another 5 minutes, who knows. So when he takes his afternoon nap, I like to come out and just sit in the sun for a little bit and catch some vitamin D. So I thought I would come out and do our Clarity book here. So how is everybody today? I hope everybody's good. I hope you're doing great, and if you are just catching on, today is day 12, and it's called Time to Recharge. And what Stephanie Coons talks about today is taking at least 5 minutes out of your day to just sit somewhere very quiet. And we have a lot of construction going on around here, so it's not all that quiet out here, but I do like to come out here and like I said, soak up some sun. So try to find a quiet place, and just for 5 minutes. And for people who are have a really difficult time with silence, this could be really challenging, even just sitting 5 minutes in silence and being quiet. And one of the things that is good to do is to do, there's called a Jesus prayer. So when you breathe in, you say Jesus, and then Jesus, and breathe out. So Jesus, breathe in and breathe out as you say his name, and just do it in your head quietly to try to quiet your mind and everything. Now, you don't want to totally empty your mind. That's not a good thing either. But you do want to quiet your mind from the constant thoughts and stuff that come in. Like for us women, a lot of times we have a laundry list that's constantly playing in our head and stuff of things that we have to do or we should do or whatever. Or we have this these constant thoughts, and it's just really good to sit down for 5 minutes and quiet our thoughts down a little bit. Maybe just focus, that Jesus prayer or whatever, you want to do to try to quiet your mind down a little bit. And just 5 minutes. I remember one Lent, I decided to turn off all TV and radio for the entire Lent. That was torturous for about the first week. But I'm sorry, when the wind blows, it's shaking the phone. But I have to tell you, when Lent was over, because I was in constant silence without any TV or radio or anything playing, when I was able to turn it back on again, I found I didn't want it, that it was kind of disturbing to me. So it's so funny how you can get used to something. So, to do this, try 5 minutes in the morning. Then when you're doing good with that, try 5 minutes in the evening before bed to quiet your mind down and just, be in some quiet time, just to recharge, because our bodies really need this, our minds really need this. And it helps, I think it helps with our general creativity and feeling refreshed and being able to keep up with our day, to take some time to do this. And as you get used to it, that 5 minutes can turn into 10 minutes. Set a timer. It takes practice, and it's not easy in the beginning, but you will get used to it. So this is something that you want to practice every single day. And if 5 minutes is just way too much because you've got kids and things like that going on, try 3 minutes. Any amount of time that you can set aside for some quiet time for yourself is really important. So we're going to go on to her journaling. Stephanie says to set a goal of 5 minutes 2 times per day to practice your breathing. Upon waking and upon going to sleep are really good times, because if you do this, hold on, I lost my thought. You can use an app for this. I think there's a Calm app, and she mentioned another app in here. I don't have it with me. But if you really do struggle with keeping your mind quiet, I know I have a sleep app that runs for about an hour at night, and it does like rain, or it has different kinds of noises and stuff like that. Those are good apps. There's tons of them out there. You can find one that suits you. So just, you can sit up, lay down, however you feel comfortable. Like I said, you can go and sit outside. A lot of times my quiet time is just going for a walk, especially when I'm home, when I can get to walk in the woods or whatever. I love that, or on the trail, the bike trail and stuff. It's just really nice quiet time to do. So wherever you can find it and fit it in, do it. There's no wrong way to do this. And two, so now you're going to journal. How did it feel for those 5 minutes? Were the thoughts that came to you important, or were they just busy chatter? Now that's kind of important too, especially for, I always think that when I'm praying the rosary, sometimes things come to my mind, and sometimes the things that come to my mind are really important. And some people get really stressed out when they're praying the rosary because you want to try to focus on the meditations all the time. But I think we put too much pressure on ourselves. And sometimes the things that come to mind are important, and maybe those are the things that God is calling you to put to prayer. So, don't just be dismissive of the thoughts that come to your mind. Write them down. And if it is just busy chatter, like, a lot of times you could be playing a conversation in your head that probably will never happen, or whatever that you want to have with somebody, that's kind of busy chatter. So how did it feel after the 5 minutes were over? And I think this is a good thing to journal in the beginning when you first start, and then look back as you progress and stuff, and when you really come to enjoy it and see how far you've come. That's a really great thing about journaling, when you can see the steps that you've been through and what you've come through. So Noah's still sleeping, but I don't want to take a lot of your time, and I will be back tomorrow, and God bless. Talk to you soon. Bye.